Currently, there are close to 90 active wildfires burning across Alberta and more than 50 in British Columbia. Now, communities have already experienced evacuations and some homes have already been lost as a result of the fires. The alarming part about this is that we're still very early in the wildfire season.
It started late afternoon yesterday. We had very aggressive fire behavior conditions at the time. Initially, the response was with air tankers, initial attack crews. It's been discussed before about these severe and even record-breaking drought conditions that we're in at this point in time, and we're seeing the full fruition of them now in the fire starts that we're experiencing.
Now, the weather is certainly not helping. Weather being blamed for a lot of it, lightning for some of it, also causes, a lot of people are saying, it is caused by humans from various sorts.
Tonight, widespread damage after an EF1 tornado ripped through Laguna Heights in Texas's Rio Grande Valley, killing 1 and injuring 10 more. With wind speeds up to 110 miles per hour, the tornado hit around 4 a.m. while most of the residents were asleep. Robert Flores was killed when the tornado hit his trailer. The alarm blaring inside of what's left of this health club owned by Maria Garcia's daughter. She tells us she doesn't know what they'll do next or how they'll be able to salvage her daughter's business, and that they were about to celebrate their second year of being open. There's been an outbreak of tornadoes over the last 24 hours. From Nebraska to Illinois, at least 43 reported tornadoes. Here in Texas, the survivors navigating the beginning of a long recovery.
Around 200,000 people have been displaced by flash flooding in central Somalia as the Shabelle River burst its banks and submerged roads. The disaster comes on the heels of a record drought that has left millions of Somalis on the brink of famine. Inhabitants in Hiran region were forced out of their homes as heavy rainfall caused water levels to rise sharply, with residents carrying their belongings on top of their heads as they waded through flooded streets in search of refuge. Earlier this month, 135 people were killed and more than 9,000 left homeless after heavy rain slashed Rwanda, triggering floods and landslides in several parts of the hilly nation. More than 400 lost their lives due to torrential downpours, floods and landslides last week in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Experts say that extreme weather events are occurring with increased frequency and intensity due to climate change, and Africa, which contributes the least to global warming, is bearing the brunt.
Now, along with Canada, Russia is witnessing raging fires through large swathes of Russia's Urals mountains. The wildfires killed at least 7 and razed hundreds of homes, forcing evacuations of many residents. The fires spread to some settlements in the southern region of Kurgan. Regional investigative authorities have begun a criminal inquiry into a large fire that killed at least 7 people and destroyed a number of homes and businesses. 9 of the 13 wildfires in the region were contained. However, the intensity was such that massive fires also engulfed the Sverdlovsk region and the 2 main regions in the Urals. At least 53 fires are still burning. Regional emergency authorities say that over 54,000 hectares of forests were on fire, with about 4,800 responders attempting to douse the flames.
Massive storm is hitting Bangladesh and Myanmar this morning. 500,000 people fleeing their homes ahead of the storm. And ABC's Britt Clennett joins us now with more from London. Good morning, Britt. This one is really dangerous.
It is. Good morning, Gio. That powerful cyclone has made landfall in Myanmar and Bangladesh, packing dangerous winds of up to 135 miles per hour. A number of deaths already reported in Myanmar, where roofs were torn off buildings and houses damaged. Now, Cyclone Mocha is also impacting the world's largest refugee camp, where around 1 million vulnerable people live in makeshift homes. The camp is in Cox's Bazar. It's a high risk of landslides and severe flooding there, and now more than 1 million people have been evacuated from the area, schools and mosques converted into temporary shelters, and 21 naval ships ready to carry out rescue and relief operations.